With blood and rage of crimson red, ripped from a corpse so freshly dead, together with our hellish hate, we'll burn you all. That is your fate.
This is Red Lantern Russell from
Tomes of Evil,
and you're listening to Sector 2814, a Green Lantern podcast.
This episode of Capes and Lunatic Sidekicks is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatic Sidekicks podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
no evil shall escape my sight,
but those who worship evil's might.
Beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. I am Phil. Joining me as always, Master of the Core it is.
I'm Will. Hey everyone.
And he's probably loud for the crickets tell us to say, and no one, because we discussed it. I think we were talking about it on the show last week. But yes, we're recording Tuesday, May 11th. Yes, the young baby Conan was born this morning, 3:40. I believe it was 3:42 a.m. So yes, that is why Patrick went. All well wishes to the family, and I see some. Because I put stuff up on social media, and then I saw a certain mustached Australian had to throw his 2 cents in.
I wonder who that could be.
Sausage! Oh, I got some new drops of him.
Sucking the life force.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just me and him on Sunday. Yeah, I got some nice clean drops.
It's a lot of meat.
It's a lot of meat.
It's a lot of meat.
Ray. He's like, wait, come on. We're just talking about Kona. So, yes, congratulations to Matt and Yale.
Yep, congrats.
Yay. About a week late. I was going to say, I think some of those, I guess a lot of first children are late. I know Luca was a week late. You had twins, what? So, of course,
Yeah, that
couldn't
was
be too late.
What have they chosen a name? Of course they've chosen. Do we know the name?
I believe, yeah, he texted me this morning. Is it Kai? It's Kai. Is that Kai?
Kai, I think so.
Yeah. 3:42 a.m., 7.1 pounds, 20 inches.
Wow. Very cool.
Yep. Yay.
Their lives are way more interesting right now.
And please, whoever's listening, God, the Guardians of Oa, whatever deity you believe in, yes, please let this little girl look like her mother and not her father. Amen.
I'll drink to that.
Beard won't look good on a baby. Anyway, so I think what's new. Oh, did you get your Green Lantern number 2 yet?
No, not yet. Ooh. But it should be on the way.
Well, yeah, it was a game changer at the end of that issue. Kind of steering them towards that future state stuff that was going on in the beginning of the year.
Yes, spoilers. I think a Guardian is murdered.
Well, the Guardian was murdered, yeah, in issue 1, and they kind of catch the killer, and then I'll try not to. I won't spoil the end of the issue, but like. The Guardians kind of like, because like the United Planets, they come to a deal where they're going to pull Green Lanterns from, what is it, like a third of their sectors or something, and like reassign them. So it's all weird. And then there's no more ranks. Every Green Lantern's like equal now.
Okay.
There's no like honor guard and stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then something big happens at the end. Okay, cool. Something to look forward to. But Sojourner shows up at the end, from Far Sector, so.
Mm-hmm. Has number 12 of hers come out yet? I don't think it has it? Okay.
No, that's what I'm saying. I wonder if this takes place after that, or.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait till 12 to figure it out.
Yeah.
Are you watching anything new on TV? Did you watch Invincible yet?
Not yet. I'm gonna have to. I'll have to do some convincing on that one, I think. And we kind of looked at Jupiter's Legacy, but we're like, no, we're gonna watch something else for now.
Yeah,
we may get back to it, but
yeah, I canceled my Netflix after the Marvel stuff because like I really wasn't watching much on there. I'm like, even if I had, I don't know, that Jupiter's Legacy and just the look of it, I'm like, I don't know if I would have watched that anyway.
And I think I read that Marvel is consigning all of the pre-WandaVision Falcon Winter Soldier shows, including Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., to their legacy, non-continuity type stuff.
Yeah. I think
Which is funny because Nick Fury appeared in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and so did Sif, right?
I know. Well, I don't know if that's going to be like an alternate timeline or... I mean, there was time travel in S.H.I.E.L.D., so unless they like knocked themselves out of the main timeline or something.
Maybe, yeah. That last season was kind of wild.
Oh, but speaking of Marvel on your Green Lantern podcast, did you see, I guess it was this week or last week, they put out like the character posters for the Black Widow movie?
Oh, I think I remember seeing that, yeah.
Like, above the Black Widow it says Scarlett Johansson and above, like Red Guardian, it's like, who is that, David, what is his name? From
Stranger Things.
Yeah. But like over Taskmaster, there's no name. So are they keeping a secret there?
I don't know. That's interesting.
It's like, I was talking to Charlie about that. I'm like, is it somebody we've seen before, or is it just going to be like a Snake Eyes thing where it's like you're never going to see the face and it's just like a bunch of stunt guys, do it?
Could be. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
But yeah, I was throwing all kinds of theories on. I'm like, oh, what if it's Bucky? That's why he was so good with that shield in Falcon and Winter Soldier, because he's been throwing a shield around before that.
Oh, but Taskmaster has photographic reflexes. That's his whole cool thing.
I know. But I mean, look at Ant-Man and the Wasp. I mean, Ghost was nothing like the comics.
That's true. Yeah.
That's I'm like, is it someone we've seen before? Is that why they're not telling us who's under that mask?
Speaking of Ant-Man and the Wasp, Ghost is now the new Red Sonja.
Yes.
Right? The actress.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they cast her. Yes, in the upcoming Red Sonja. Yeah. And then, what was it last? I think it was just last week. Yeah, there's a new Red Sonja comic, Invincible Red Sonja. I didn't read it, but Lilith did, and she said it was good.
Oh, cool. I'll have to check it out.
It's by, I think she said, is it by Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Conner, who were doing Harley Quinn for a while? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she said
they always do really good stuff.
Yeah. Well, I know Lilith wasn't thrilled with like some of their Harley Quinn stuff, but yeah, she said the Red Sonja stuff was good.
Cool. Very cool. Trying to think of anything else. No, I think I've got the first volume of Green Lantern Season 2 to read. I think I'll do that this week. It's finally taken some time off from the office, so hopefully I can get that read. And the second volume I don't think has come out yet of Season 2. Oh,
yeah. Wait, is it the volume? Is it volume 1 of Season 2?
Yeah, the hardcover.
Yeah.
It also includes the Black Star 3-issue series at the beginning, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, if you like Season 1, you'll like Season 2.
Part of me wants to just read Season 1, Book 1, Book 2, then Season 2, Book 1, and then Season 2, Book 2. Just read the whole thing.
I mean, if you have the time, that'd be what, Season
27 issues.
I was going to say, Season 1 and Season 2 was 24, and that miniseries was 3. So, if you had time on a weekend or something, yeah.
So that sounds like a lot of fun. Just jump into Green Lantern for, a few hours.
Your wife's like, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Get up and do something.
Hey, man, you're a comic book writer. Be like, man, this is research, honey.
Totally researched. I'm working real hard right now.
I forget who we were talking to the one time. We were interviewing some comic book writer, and I forget which one, and they were like, they were talking about reading a bunch of comics before they started a new run. And I was like, oh, how great is that? Be like, this is research for work, honey. I'm just sitting here reading comics. I'm going to bone up on so-and-so, yeah. Got
to look up those last appearances.
But yeah, anything new with you, Matt Kona?
Yeah, whatever.
See, he's here in spirit.
In spirit, yeah. Definitely in spirit.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Oh, tomorrow I think the next Guardians of the Galaxy issue comes out.
Oh, cool. I hope we start getting some explanation around the new status quo for Quasar.
I hope so too, yeah. Like I said, I think we'll get 3 in, and then maybe we'll do the Quantum Zone annual.
Mm-hmm.
Did you read the last Guardians of the Galaxy yet?
Haven't had a chance.
Okay.
I've got it here in a stack somewhere. One of these stacks. Right there, I think, in that stack.
But, yeah, I was going to say, I think I spoiled the Quasar stuff for you, so.
Yeah.
I'm still looking. I haven't seen anything to pre-order that Quasar figure yet.
Yeah. I'm still looking forward to that. Definitely.
I just wonder how long you're going to make us wait, because then when did they announce that? Like beginning of the year?
Was it like January or February?
That's what I thought. I'm like, how long are they going to make us wait to pre-order?
I don't know. We could look. I guess we could go back and look in the Facebook group and see where it was. It was posted in there, right?
Oh yeah. But it still doesn't answer my question.
I know. When are they going to let us order it?
I know. Oh, you know what else I was tempted to pull the trigger on? Well, he's had them for a while at my comic shop. He has like Funko figures of the Fantastic Four.
Cool.
And then a few weeks ago, they put out like a big Galactus Funko. I mean, it's probably like
giant.
It's probably like 3-4 times the size of a regular Funko. I was like, oh, I want to get that and put it back there. So Fantastic
It
Four.
would be perfect.
It's so weird because it's this big Galactus Funko, and then there's a Silver Surfer figure comes with it. It's like that, yay big.
Nice.
I forget how much it is. I think it's like $40. I was like, oh my god.
That'll buy a lot of back issues, though, right?
I know. I was gonna say, you know how many comics I could buy for that? But and then because every once in a while I'll see stuff in the store. Like a couple months ago, he got a Hulk figure. I mean, a Hulk Funko. It's a little bigger than a normal Funko, but it's Professor Hulk from the comics from like the '90s, from that Peter David run.
Yeah.
Because he's carrying the big guns and he's wearing the bunny slippers.
I remember, yeah.
Because I know me and Lilith were both like, yeah, we saw that in our stores. Where I was like, I almost got that. Hulk and bunny slippers.
Pink bunny slippers.
I think I saw, was it Twitter? Somebody posted a couple months back. They're like, they had 2 Professor Hulk Funkos. One was the comic one I was just talking about. The other one was like the MCU one. And they're like, oh, here's what would have happened if comic book Professor Hulk met MCU Hulk, and like comic book Hulk standing over MCU Hulk with his gun, and MCU Hulk's like dead. Yeah, Peter David.
Yeah.
All right, before we get to this, so anything else new, William?
Let's see. Trying to think what came in the latest. Oh, it picked up the Black Widow trade of the first 6 issues.
Oh.
And I want to reread all of those and see how it all fits. Read it at once.
Yeah.
Binge it. Want to binge it.
It's pretty good. You probably aren't reading like the current Spider-Woman series, are you?
No, I've heard it's pretty good, but
yeah, they're like 11 issues in. Like I said, Ray and his one co-host are doing a podcast on it. Yeah, I mean it's really good. The art, the story, it's really good. It's Carla Pacheco.
The writer on that is
Carla Is it Carla Pacheco?
Oh, is that? Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Like I said, in the art's like really good. It's like, it was at Perez or something. Yeah, he's really good. It's like
awesome.
Like I said, I think it's like 11 issues in, and I think Ray and them were saying, I don't know if it's the next issue or the one after. There's like a month where we're not getting one somewhere. So yeah, there's gonna be a break. So
cool.
If you want to catch up, yeah. But they're really because like what was it? The first arc, High Evolutionary shows up eventually. So
we got him.
High Evolutionary. So any other good comics stick out in your mind lately? Immortal Hulk only has like 4 more issues left because I guess he's ended.
I know.
50.
I want to binge a bunch of those once 50 hits. So yeah, and I also need to get the second think I need to get the second collection of that, and then that's about where I start on the single issues. So then I can just start reading it all the way through.
Oh yeah. Singles or binges? Yeah, Immortal Hulk's really good. But the speculation's already starting. They're like, who's going to take over after Al Ewing leaves? I guess there's a Hulk story in the one of the Marvel's like free comic book day issues, and it's written by Chip Zdarsky. So they're like, is Chip going to be the new Hulk writer?
I guess it's possible, but he's doing
Daredevil.
Eternals, Daredevil.
Wait, is that him doing the Eternals? I thought it was somebody else.
Is it Chip or is that? Well, who? No, that's not Chip. It's maybe it is. Who does Die from Image and Once and Future? Is that Chip?
Hold on, I'm pulling this up. I'm pretty sure it's not Chip. Come on, open up already. Kieran Gillian.
Yeah. I always get those two guys mixed up. Yeah. I don't know why.
Yeah, but I was gonna say I know Chip's doing Daredevil. I mean, I love his Daredevil stuff right now. And I know he did some Spectacular Spider-Man that was really good. He's the one who had Jameson find out who Peter was Spider-Man.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. Yep. And what was it? I think it was like 5-issue run. He did like a Star-Lord, like I said, it was like a short 5-issue run or something. It was pretty interesting. Is that enough Marvel for you kids?
DC time.
All right, should we get to these?
Yeah, just kind of preface it. Overall, what did you think?
Well, I've read these before. The reread, it's pretty much what I remembered. I mean, I liked it, but I don't think I don't know if I got anything more out of the reread than, that I never got before. What did you think?
I thought it could have been compressed a little, stretched out over 3 issues. Yeah. But I'm glad we had MD Bright's a really good artist.
Yeah.
Although there's something about the way he draws Hal's face that, I don't know, just seems a little off to me.
Is it the face or the hair? Because his hair looks kind of...
Maybe it's the hair. It's probably the hair. But
it looks like there's a lot of hair there.
Yeah. I mean, the art was great. I felt like, we didn't even really hit, were we like 18 pages in? He was just flying around being happy.
I know. That first issue. I mean, I can do the summary, but yeah, he's just like, I'm back. Oh, here's the old neighborhood. Oh, look, there's a ball game going on. Yeah, I know. It's a lot of,
let's get a burrito. Which, hey, I'm totally down with. Burritos are awesome. Superfood, right?
Show off for the tourists. Look.
But, I don't know. It did feel a little padded. I thought it could have been a little more concise. But
I think, again, that first issue is really a lot of, just walk around and be like, it's good to be back. Here's
the new status quo, blah, blah, blah.
Because here...
And, I noticed something as I was rereading this, and I think it may be a symptom of those early 90s comics, but it's really, really wordy. I mean, there's lots of captions, there's lots of stuff, and I feel like in the interim, writers have started to pull back some and be less wordy. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's just what I've been reading, but it seemed really, really wordy.
Yeah, I forget what I was reading recently, but yeah, it was something 90s, and I did notice that it was a lot more wordy. I mean, I guess, do you think you got more story for your buck back then, or is it just more words?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my god, I mean, you want something wordy, go read like a Claremont X-Men.
I wasn't going to go there, but you did, so I would totally agree with you.
You almost can't see the art sometimes for those words, for those balloons.
Yep.
It takes you 5 minutes to get. It takes you half hour to get through a page. It's like, whoa.
Whoa, that's a lot. That's pretty dense. That's really dense. wait a minute, was there art behind all these words? I don't know.
Although I don't
can't see anything.
Although I don't know what's better. I mean, what's better, what's worse? Like a really wordy issue or like a modern comic where you can like breeze through it in like 5 minutes?
I don't know. I think that there's a nice balance.
Yeah.
And I know this is one of those things I'm a bit obsessive about. Alan Moore did an interview
that wizard
a long time ago on just general stuff. But one of the things he said is, I count words obsessively. And the reason he does that is because he used when he was first getting started, some of the most popular comics were like the Mort Weisinger Superman, it's Superman issues, right? So he counted words for various issues and broke those up to pages, and he came up with this kind of formula. This is the maximum words you should have in a single balloon. This is the maximum words you should have. If your total page has this many words available, then you divide those up into panels, right? It's a little math that you go through, and he breaks his own rule, of course, but it's a really good guideline that I try to use, because I don't want to I don't want to fill up those panels with words, because there's all this great art behind it, right? So as just kind of a good rule of thumb, I think it works out pretty well. I don't always hit it. Nobody's perfect, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, as a comic writer yourself, I mean, I know everyone's different, everyone operates differently, but it's like, do you really want a formula where you're like, I have to have so many words per page? I mean, is that going to...
Oh, no, just don't go over this many words. This is all you're relying on.
Okay.
If you do less, no problem, but don't go over this.
Okay. Okay. That's a little better. Okay.
And, like I said, Moore breaks that rule. He breaks his own rule sometimes, but he's just... it's amazing how thoughtful he is about everything that he does, when he's creating comics. It's kind of, awe-inspiring.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, that took us way far afield, man.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Got to fill that Matt Kona slot. Yeah, no. I mean, Alan Moore, yeah, he's a great writer, but then does he take himself too seriously? Because it's like, now he just rants and raves about how dark comics are, and he even blamed himself for Batman. He's like, oh my god, the Killing Joke. I think that's what turned that's one of the things that turned Batman to the dark side.
Well, and he was doing Watchmen. He had just finished Watchmen, I think, when he did Killing Joke, so he was obviously still in some dark, places at that point, because of Watchmen and all that. But I get he kind of feels responsible. I love his ABC Comics work. Tom Strong, Top 10, Prometheus. Prometheus is just brilliant. I don't like it the best, but I think it is the best. There's a double-page spread where you have a Mobius strip, the figure 8 on its side, and the two characters are walking along this strip. It's a path, and they're mirrored top and bottom because it's the Mobius strip. But you can join in that conversation any point along the path, and it still makes sense where you start and where you end. It's just brilliant. And then, who's the artist? J.H. Williams III, I think, is the artist, and he just executes. It's awesome.
Wow,
it's totally awesome.
Yeah, like guys like him, like Frank Miller. They have some like brilliance, but then on the other hand, there's like stuff that's just like, really, because it's like Frank Miller. I think he used to be like a brilliant guy, but now it's just like more and more. It's gotten progressively worse over the years. It seems like he has like more issues with women, and then it's just like, I don't know.
At some point, do you become a parody of yourself? I don't know I don't know the answer to that. Maybe.
It's like you do a Dark Knight Returns, you do Batman Year One. It's like, okay, that's pretty good. Daredevil Born Again. Okay, and then you get then you get like some like All-Star Batman and Robin. It's like, wait.
Oh, what?
What? Batman making Robin eat rats? What?
What? I'm the Batman. Yeah.
All right, so here, let me read the synopsis for 26, and we'll discuss 26.
Okay.
Of course, by the usual team, Gerard Jones, like you said, Mark Bright, penciler, Romeo Tangle, inker, Anthony Tollin, colorist, Albert de Guzman, letterer, and Kevin Dooley, editor. Issue 26, cover date July 1992. Back in charge. Hal Jordan returns to Southern California, finally, as the only Green Lantern of Earth. He orders a burrito from a street vendor and gets recognized by a fan who asks for an autograph, which makes him feel even better about returning.
Who also insults Guy Gardner.
Yeah. However, his nostalgic visit around Coast City catches the eye of one of Evil Star's starlings. Just coincidentally, Hal Jordan's back, so of course Evil Star's back.
Exactly.
Hal visits the sanitarium where his friend Carol Ferris has committed herself while recovering from the effects of being Star Sapphire for so long. Okay, that's the other thing. It's like, so does she just tell them she has a nervous breakdown? I mean, she doesn't go in there and say, "Oh yeah, I was possessed by an alien entity." Do you?
Yeah, I doubt it.
I mean, we live in a world of Superman and Green Lantern, but I guess
most people probably don't associate that as normal people have problems. So I doubt it.
Nervous breakdown.
Yes.
She offers to help pay for Hal's dream of setting up his own air transport company, but he turns her down, saying he needs to use his own willpower instead of relying on his friends or his Green Lantern ring. Foreshadowing. He eagerly tells Carol that he has scouted a good location for his business and offers her a job as his employee. Man, he's going to get that business going, and all of a sudden, boom, parallax. The Starlings will reveal to Evil Star that they have seen Green Lantern. He shares the information with Goldface and his gang members, Repo, Jocasta, and Piston. Okay. Goldface attempts to keep control of his gang, knowing that Green Lantern doesn't know of his plan, or that the gang exists, so there is no reason to attack. Evil Star sees things differently, wanting revenge for having had his powers taken away from him by Hal Jordan, and he attacks Goldface. Eventually, Goldface regains control and sets his men to work spying on Green Lantern. Still, Evil Star hatches a plan to take revenge. Hal carries Carol to Montoya Bay, the place where he plans to open his company, and they visit a carnival. After some fun times, they head to a beach to be alone, and their romantic feelings seem to grow stronger. Unfortunately, they are interrupted when Hal spots one of the Starlings on the beach, and he is attacked. He sends Carol back to their hotel before coming face to face with an enraged Evil Star.
Bum, bum, bum.
So, I know you can, pee on a jellyfish sting. What do you do for a starling?
Yeah, there's even a joke about that in the next issue.
Oh, yes, the Coast City Angels were playing the San Francisco Giants.
And the Giants were winning, weren't they?
I think so. Oh, my God. I mean, we're not there yet, but once you get to, Reign of the Superman and Coast City just getting wiped out, Coast City Angels. So, I mean, I guess he could fly back and forth, but it's like, why Montoya Bay and why not Coast City?
I don't know.
I guess it's like when
and it's never really touched on again because after everything, when Rebirth comes back around, he's a fighter pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, a dangling plot thread that we'll never see addressed, I'm sure, 30 years later.
What, the air transport business?
Yeah.
I mean, he only did a couple flights out of that thing, didn't he? Because
I think so, because there's an issue coming up where he actually jumps out of the airplane without his ring, isn't there?
Well, in this arc, we'll get there, but there's something in this arc with that. But I think he only got a couple jobs before, we got to get the Emerald Twilight. That's what I said, by the time everything gets set up. So again, at this point, I don't think they know, they don't know Emerald Twilight's coming at this point. They can't.
Yeah. Well, and it's also, it just kind of goes to show you that it's that really slow setup that the writer's been doing, since the beginning. It's just taking a lot of time to get everything established, right?
Oh, yeah, especially this issue. Yeah, it's just like, Status quo. We're back. Flying over Ferris air. It's like, oh, Carol's not there anymore. And again, I mean, I know nobody, Hal Jordan's not that famous, but yeah, when he's at that ball game and then he just like takes off out of the stands, it's just like, you're not wearing a mask or anything, dude.
Dude, there's the Jumbotron. They have a Jumbotron.
What happened? You finally got your life back together on Earth, and now your identity is going to be public knowledge. Is this the old neighborhood he used to live in?
Yeah, I think so.
Good lord.
Then he talks about buying a new ragtop sports car, and there's just so much. He flies lots of loops. I remember seeing that. Mm-hmm. Really well drawn loops, but we're not. Yeah, I just thought this issue was kind of slow. Yeah, really slow setup.
The stars. Yeah, it was just a lot of setup. Again, yeah, I mean, Hal really doesn't do anything to the last page or two, and that's Evil Star and his Starlings, really don't encounter him till the last 2 pages. All right. And what's that G in the corner?
I don't know.
We'll get there soon, kids. All right.
Could it have something to do with some guy?
Some guy? All right, should we get to the next one?
You bet.
All right, yeah, because we'll get a little more action here. Same team. And August 1992. The title of Superhuman Bondage. Whoa. When Hal Jordan refuses to help Evil Star get his powers back, Evil Star traps him within a yellow bell jar of stellar energy. With Hal trapped, he captures children and threatens to drown them in the sea unless Hal cooperates. Reluctantly, Hal agrees and Evil Star pokes a hole through the bell jar. Hal uses the hole to send a beam which frees the children from the hands of the Starlings. Angrily, Evil Star seals the bell jar again, but Hal's beam continues and blasts him from behind. Yeah, he gives him a boomerang blast.
And he makes a bad Sylvia Plath joke too. While he's in the bell jar, yeah.
I know. But I just love he's like, what, you didn't know I can program them things? Freed from the bell jar, Hal saves the children and attacks Evil Star. However, when he tries to remove the star band, not star brand, kids, star band.
Star band.
The source of Evil Star's powers, it's not there, and Hal realizes that Evil Star has internalized his power somehow. Evil Star gives Hal one last blast and then escapes, leaving Hal no option but to take the children home and then plan his hunt. When Hal returns to his hotel, Carol Ferris is concerned for him and eventually decides that the emotional toll of being in a relationship with Green Lantern is too great, and they can only be friends. I don't think that relationship has ever recovered to this day. Hal is disappointed and tries to hurt Carol's feelings by revealing that he already has a relationship of sorts with Rose Hardin, who is living on Oa. Not for long.
I don't think about it, so yeah, no.
He storms off and works on his pitch for a loan so that he can start his business. Yeah, it was to hurt Carol. Yeah, I talked to a girl in the last 6 months. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, what kind of, relationship? I'm trying to remember. Did he kiss her? He might have kissed. If he kissed her, that's about the extent of it. It's, it's.
Yeah.
I know she's on Oa, but it's like, I don't think we really had any kind of. Has he spent any time with Rose since that first arc?
Not since.
Yeah.
Not since that first arc, and then he left, right?
Yeah, but that's Mo Woman. Really?
I don't think the way that works, man. I really
don't. But the next morning, Hal fails to get the loan because he has no credit history to speak of. Well, yeah, that's what happens when you wander around taking any job that falls to you. Outside, he meets Carol, who has obviously followed him to support him. He disappointingly returns home, while Carol goes to the financing office to see what she can do for him. Hal suddenly remembers that he needs to charge his Green Lantern ring. Oh, Lord. More foreshadowing. But as he prepares to do so, the Starlings steal his power battery and Hal is left powerless. Is that the end? Yeah, but what they don't mention is he's like in midair.
Yeah, he's flying high.
He chases after them, and it's like, oh no, my power's about to run out. That end page, my power. All right, Will. So what did you think? There's a little more action in this one.
Yeah, there is, and this seems to me to be a kind of one of those classic Silver Age plots where he gets his power battery stolen, loses his power, and trying to be updated for the 90s. Yeah. And I don't know, it just comes off kind of goofy because in mid-charge, I forgot to close my window. I better go do that right now. Close the window. And all these, 1-inch tall starlings?
Yeah, they're not that big, but...
yeah, that's kind of goofy.
Yeah, it kind of seems like, oh, hey, we got Hal back. Status quo is restored. So, hey, who should he fight first? I know. An OG villain, Evil Star. Yeah.
Well, Sinestro would have been the obvious one, but I think...
Oh, isn't he technically
that's got to be dealt with, that he's kind of technically dead, but that's going to be dealt with in another book, right? Some guy book.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. And again, except, unless you count, Green Lantern 50, the last part of Emerald Twilight. Think about this. Volume 3 that had, 184 issues, Sinestro really doesn't show up. We did that.
Shows up, once, right?
Yeah, there was, those Cult of Cordians. But, yeah, he shows up supposedly he shows up in 50, but then they have to retcon that, too.
Yeah.
It's like a clone or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So Sinestro's out of play for a while.
Yeah, we're talking probably 20 years.
Something
from the end of the old series until the rebirth.
Well, yeah, it shows up
after rebirth.
So that's 2004. So 20
2005, so maybe 15 years, 15 to 20 years.
I don't know. 20
that.
might be closer because 20 would be 84.
Yeah.
So that's probably pretty close. Yeah.
Wow. But then when he does come back, it's kind of awesome,
Well, especially once he starts his Sinestro Corps. Oh yeah, that's when he starts making them.
Well, and he always he referred to Kyle as the gutter rat or something. Super disdainful.
Was it Alley Rat?
Alley Rat. That's what it was.
That's where he got his ring. Yeah. Oh my lord. Oh no! Remember, the star. I guess one of the starlings, collapses into a bunch of, like you said, an inch or two
baby
little starlings. It almost looks like bugs picking up his lantern, his power.
Yeah, I don't even know how that works, man. I just
super strange.
We're just gonna go with it.
I'm like, it's an Evil Star complaining he's almost out of power. How are they doing this? Yeah, this whole arc was kind of it was fine, but it was kind of, the pacing was kind of weird on this thing.
Yeah, and it's, if you're we finally established this is now Hal's book because, John has Mosaic, Guy has the Guy Gardner series that's going to be coming up. This is Hal's book, and the first thing you do after doing that is he's back on Earth and he's fighting Evil Star. It just, I think it could have been perhaps planned a little bit better not to be Evil Star and be something. Maybe that was the point. They wanted to go something that was smaller. And, Evil Star is... Well,
that too. His first day back, do you really want a big menace that's going to drag him away from this life again? It's
That's true.
I guess. And I don't know about the pacing too, because in a couple months we're getting the crossover with The Flash, which Lilith will be joining us for. So I don't know if there's just signposts, and then what is it issue? Is it 32 or 33 when they start? What is that? The first law or whatever?
Yeah, I think third law.
Third law. Yeah. So I don't know if maybe they're just they have stuff coming, so they're okay, we got three issues to kill here.
3 issues to fill. Let's do it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
It's not bad. It was an enjoyable read. It's just this is not the Hal Jordan stuff that I was super signed up for because he's fighting Evil Star. What's next? Bank robbers and yellow lamps?
Hey, man, those yellow lamps can be dangerous, man.
That's right. We've established that, haven't we?
All right. So, here, should we read the synopsis for the last one so we can
you bet.
Talk this thing as a whole? All right. Because I have a question about the first couple pages of this one. All right. So, Issue 28 from September 1992. Of course, the title Powerless. Hal Jordan chases down the Starlings who have stolen his Green Lantern power battery before he has the chance to charge his ring. Unfortunately, the Starlings escape and Hal has only enough power left to either trace the battery or break his fall back to Earth. He decides to trace the battery, and after imprinting the location in his mind, he begins to fall. Okay, here's my problem. Once he fully charges that ring, he said he can track that battery, no problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so even if he doesn't want to break his fall, can't he send out like an SOS or something to John or someone to be like, hey, can someone like run the Earth for 5 minutes and let me charge off your battery? You know?
Yes, but as logical as that sounds, he got into this scrape, so he has to get out of it. He can't, always go call for help. I mean, from a storytelling perspective.
I was going to say, I get the plot of the story where it's like, we're going to prove that Hal's a hero even without the ring and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that, but yeah, logically, I was just like, can't he just like shoot? Even if it's Gnorked, he doesn't need a good Green Lantern. All he needs is a battery.
It's a battery. He just needs any battery.
Yes,
any battery. I mean, and I guess it was. I mean, how high is he? Because he survives the fall, but he's bleeding and bloodied, and we don't know how high he was up. But humans can't really survive falls from several hundred feet, right?
Yeah, that's it's kind of ambiguous, like how high up he was, but also luckily he had that suit jacket because he kind of like catches it on a tree branch. He slows his fall on some tree branches. Did he say did he break a rib or bruise a rib? Because he like at one point he lands like. And then
I was curious too. Once he gets the ring back, does he heal himself?
That's what I was going to say. Because he seems fine once he charges. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That was confusing to me as well.
I know. Yes. All right. So Evil Star finally gets his hands on the power battery, feeling its power. However, he is discovered by Goldface, who demands to be given the battery. Evil Star tries to use it against Goldface, but the blast is deflected by his opponent's yellow suit. He uses his own stellar blast to trap Goldface on the other side of a cave-in, leaving himself and the Starlings trapped alone with the power battery. Hal survives his fall, though not without injury. He forces himself to walk to a small airport where he breaks into a plane and hotwires it. He flies to the mountain where Goldface's gang's hideout is, because remember, he imprinted the location in his mind, kids. But has nowhere to land and crashes the plane. He survives the crash and enters the cave entrance to Goldface's hideout, where he attempts to discover what relation Goldface has to Evil Star and the theft of his battery. Okay, so yes, he's fallen out of the air, kids, and yes, now he's survived a plane crash.
It's been a really exciting day.
It's an exciting issue.
Yeah.
When he mentions that he might know how to activate the battery, Evil Star bursts through the wall and forces him to do so. Of course, Hal does and becomes the Green Lantern, blasting his foes. Goldface escapes as Hal blasts Evil Star into unconsciousness. Hal, not giving a chance to fully charge his ring, passes out from the pain of his fall and the plane crash. Finally, he comes to before Evil Star and the Starlings, charging his ring and collecting his captives. He takes Evil Star to Oa in hopes that the Guardians of the Universe can contain him. Well, they contained him before, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, these are people that escaped from science cells, right? When the old timer.
Yeah. I was going to say, I mean, they've contained more powerful. They've contained more powerful aliens, haven't they? I'm like,
sure. Oh yeah. I would say no big deal. Put him back in the science cell.
But yeah, I mean, again, I think this one, I don't know if it's the strongest of the issues, but again, just some weird stuff. It's like, I guess Goldface is more like dealing with Guy Gardner right now, but it's like, Goldface was weird in the story. It's, it's just like I'll get you next time, and it runs away. It's very weird.
And your little dog too. Sorry.
I mean, the guy who's going toe to toe with Guy Gardner in issue 18, all of a sudden it's like, we'll get me and my gang, or we're going to run away. We'll get you next time.
Because this is the real Green Lantern, not Guy Gardner.
Oh, true. Burn. That was my other thing I was going to say. What if this had been Guy and his ring ran out of power?
I don't see it happening to Guy just because he wouldn't care. He would like getting in charge, done, moving on. I'm going to go blow a bunch of crap up now. So it was. I feel like he was trying to update that whole powerless, Silver Age type story where somebody steals the lantern and got no power. What does he do? I don't know how successful it was.
Yeah,
it's not bad, but it wasn't super great. And I'm trying to think. I don't know this because I haven't read the intervening issues to Twilight. I don't know that the series gets any better from here until Twilight. Do you remember? I'm trying to. The Flash crossover is. I remember it fondly, so I guess it's good.
Yeah, it's Hammond and Grodd. I was just reading that. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Third Law is the giant crossover with Legion and Legion 90 or whatever.
Yeah.
92, whatever.
I haven't reread past the Flash crossover yet, so I can't remember. But
so honestly, where up to now, so we're 28 issues in this run. What do you think the best arc is, or best issue?
But again, too, though, the first 25 he had to share with John and Guy, too, though.
Yeah, that's true. I still feel like, even though it's slow, that first arc is the best of this series.
Oh, the first 8 issues? Yeah.
Yeah, the first 8. Now, I still feel like Mosaic is probably the best Green Lantern, we get until Emerald Twilight, just because it's so different, so wild.
Oh yeah, probably. But yeah, like that first arc was like, it's like even as slow as some of the parts where it was still like a grand scale like story, and I don't think we've ever come back to that kind of scale since then.
I think they're going to try with the Third Law.
Yeah,
because I think last time when we talked about Ganthet's Tale, Ganthet shows up in that as well as Percival. So they kind of make reference, I think, to Ganthet's Tale kind of throughout that, right?
I think. Like I said, I haven't reread it yet, but yeah.
And that's Dark Stars, Legion, and Green Lantern. So that's the 3 groups, right?
I think, yeah. Oh, that's right. Because once we get there, we're gonna at least once John Stewart's over there, we're going to be reading some Dark Stars. I really haven't read any of that Dark Stars stuff, so that's going to be interesting.
I haven't read it. I think I've read the first 6-8 issues long, when they came out long ago.
I don't think I ever read those. I think the only thing, exposure I've had to Dark Stars is in other people's books. So
yeah, Donna Troy becomes a Dark Star during the Kyle run, right?
Yep.
Did John actually get recruited at some point?
Yeah, John was wearing a suit for a while, and then doesn't he get injured? What is that, like issue 74, 75, something like that?
It's been so long. I'll take your word for it.
We'll get there, kids. But yeah, like Modern Comics, like I said, he had to share the book with Guy and John up to this point. Like, instead of issue 26, if this was Modern Comics, this would be a new Green Lantern #1. Hal Jordan's back, issue number 1.
Yeah. Well, post New 52, the series after New 52, it was Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, wasn't it? Was that the name of the series?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the title of the series. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll be surprised. I just don't remember much past, these issues.
Yeah,
it's been so long since I've read them.
There might be an issue here or there, but it's like, again, like they said, like they did the whole Cal Rayner thing, with Emerald Twilight because the sales on the book weren't good. But yeah, again, first 25 issues, they were all sharing this book. And now, from this point on, I think Hal kind of like, he starts getting his life back together and it's like, oh, stop, take a couple steps back. There's a big cosmic thing going on. Okay. Now Hal can get going again in his personal stuff. Oh, stop, another big crossover thing. Okay.
And boom, Emerald Twilight.
Exactly.
Green Lantern was selling a lot of books at this time because, it had Mosaic, it had Green Lantern, it had Guy Gardner series, it had Green Lantern Corps Quarterly. Yeah. It had,
he was,
there's 40 issues a year of Green Lantern were coming out.
Oh yeah. And plus, Guy was in Justice League America. Hal was over in Justice League Europe. There was Green Lanterns all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, it was, and then boom, it just stopped there with Twilight. But we'll get there.
Yes.
Now we're talking about 26 through 28, right?
Yes. Oh, wait, you're saying there wasn't anything that good? What about the Christmas issue with Dr. Light? We'll get there.
I don't remember that one.
You don't remember when Hal takes Carol to his families for Christmas, like his brothers and stuff, and
No, I'm blanking on that one. Okay, we'll get to that one.
Oh my god! Yeah, because I read it within the last year. Oh my god! Yeah, you wait till we get there.
I must have purged that one.
And then Hal gets rid of him, never to be seen again, until he pops out of Kyle Rayner's battery later, a few years later.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, anything else on these?
I still think the art was. I really like.
Oh yeah.
Mark Bright, MD Bright's art.
Yeah.
Really nice.
I think with a less impressive artist, yeah, this story would have been,
Yeah.
even less impressive in our eyes with like.
Well, and I think the second, 27 and 28, they didn't feel as wordy to me. I think because there was more action and, the writer got out of the way. So.
Well, yeah, in the first issue, there was a lot of boxes as for a couple pages because it was like all like Hal's internal dialogue. It's like, here's where I used to work. Here's where I caught the ball game. Hey, I remember I used to drive a car like that. It's like, really?
Yeah. Come on. Let's get there.
He acts like he's been in space. You act like he was in space for 100 years. It's like basically, you've really only been recruiting since like issue 13.
Yeah, and compressed timelines. What was he gone? A few months?
If that,
a year?
Again, it was like what? It was like what? Like 12 issues. So it was, like real time, it was a year. So it couldn't have. Yeah, it could have been more than a couple months in the book. Yeah, but he act like, oh, it's so good to be back. All right. Just pulling up the schedule here for next time. Green Lantern Corps next time. Green Lantern Corps Quarterly #2. Green Lantern Mosaic #5, which I believe is Hal and John have their conversation.
I wonder what that's about.
Maybe someone Hal brought up this time.
Could be.
So those two and Green Lantern 29. Olivia Reynolds is back.
Yeah, because he had to mention that he was a toy salesman this issue. In 26, he mentioned that, I think, didn't he?
I think so, yeah. So yeah, this arc was full of foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those three next time. Quarterly #2, Mosaic #5, and Green Lantern 29. And then, already in 2 weeks, can be part of our podcast-wide Eclipso crossover. So in 2 weeks, Green Lantern Annual 1.
Nice.
For the Eclipso crossover. But also that week, Guy Gardner Reborn 1 through 3.
Very cool. I remember that Eclipso that kicked off the story has a big hunk of an Eclipso plastic diamond on so it can't ever lay flat. I remember being so annoyed at that.
Yeah, it doesn't. I can't stack them on the bottom of a stack of comics.
How do you bag and board this thing? Come on, man.
I was gonna say, was that all the copies, or was it like a newsstand version where that diamond was on there?
There probably was a newsstand version. I don't remember those. I'll have to check into that.
Oh yeah, you got 2 weeks. Check into that. Oh my god! But Matt Kona, if you cannot join us, you need to send feedback. Oh my god, he should send feedback. Anytime he can't join us, he should send feedback as Guy Gardner. Yeah.
What a wimp! He just talking to himself the whole issue.
This is where I found my yellow ring. Yeah. Oh my god! Yes, Kona, you got to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
He'll probably be down. He would be down for that.
I'm sure he would.
So Eclipso in 2 weeks and Guy Gardner Reborn, and then in 3 weeks, Guerrilla Warfare. The second issues, Green Lantern 31 and The Flash 70, because we're going to be doing part 1 on Comic Capers with Lilith. Lilith is going to join us for both parts. So Yeah, Comic Capers, it'll be Green Lantern 30 and Flash 69. Of course, Lilith had to be there. And then, yes, come back here for part 2, Green Lantern 31 and Flash 70. I was just rereading that Hector Hammond and Gorilla Grodd.
Hector Hammond.
Yes, Metropolis City. So
and I was going to look and see. Let's see. We just did 20. I wanted to look kind of through the covers that are coming up. So we got that one.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. And then in four weeks, Will, Guy Gardner 1 through 4.
Nice.
Leather jacket and all.
So it looks like the third law goes from 32.
I think it's 32 to 35. Although the one might be an I think that is there a pro. I think might be a prologue and a
prologue is 32. Yeah.
Yeah. So because I think episode 21 I have us 32. Green Lantern 32 through 35. Yeah.
Wow, that's a 4-issue arc right there.
Yep.
And then looks like Pat Broderick comes back for 36. Oh, we do get an Adam Strange crossover, or Adam Strange shows up.
Yeah, it's like it was like 38 and 39, I think, something like that.
Yeah, 38. 39.
38 and 39, yeah, because that's episode 27, yeah. Because
and then in 40 we get another Flash crossover and a Dark Star. It looks like.
Yes. Well, Barry, that was part of the return of Barry Allen.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, because what is that? Episode 28. Yeah,
number 40.
I put Flash 40 with 40 to 43 because I think it's 41 through 43 is the Return of the Predator.
Yes, that's where they finally deal with the Predator. So Carol wasn't possessed by just Star Sapphire. The Predator's in there too.
Man, that sanitarium has their work cut out for them.
They do. They do. And then we get a Deathstroke. I don't remember. 43 looks.
Oh, yeah, because it doesn't. Is Deathstroke hired to. Because I think he's hired or something to go after the Predator or something. Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
then
Deathstroke was in there.
44. Is part of Trinity.
Yeah, because that's going to be a big episode for, what is that, episode 30? Yeah, Trinity 1 and 2, Green Lantern 44 and 45, Legion 57 and 58, and Dark Stars 11 and 12, yeah.
And then Green Lantern 46, which is the destruction of Coast City, Reign of the Superman.
Yeah, because for that episode, for 31, I have Green Lantern Corps Quarterly number 7 and Green Lantern 46. Do you think we should add maybe like Superman 82, like the final part of Reign of the Superman, maybe?
That might be a good idea because, it does involve that's where the destruction actually happens, right?
No. That's the actual one where they defeat the cyborg and, basically everyone flies off with their happy ending. Meanwhile, Hal's just like, there's a crater where my town used to be.
Yeah. And then 47 is a Green Lantern, Green Arrow team up.
Yep.
And then we get Emerald Twilight.
Yep. But I was going to say, no matter what issues we, when we get to 46, we'll have to do like a little, maybe Death and Reign of Superman talk. I mean, we won't cover a ton of issues, but just, be like, okay, here's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, because that was a big deal.
Oh, yeah. Back
then. That was just huge. Absolutely huge.
I remember, I read that Superman issue where they blow up Coast City. I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, wait a minute. Is that Hal Jordan? What?
Is he? I hope he's not home. What?
Oh, good Lord. Oh, the 90s.
The 90s. Gotta love it.
All right, William. Anything else?
I can't think of anything else. I think we're good.
Boy,
we're moving and grooving toward number 50 and the introduction of Kyle Rayner and a whole new chapter in Green Lantern history.
I cannot wait. Oh, you know what? Let me pull out my master schedule here because, I'll tell you when we're... Hold on, I want to see the date for Emerald Twilight. But meanwhile, I was going to say, I think we talked more with just the two of us, and then when Coda was here.
Yeah. Well, but I love bouncing this off him because he's seeing it for the first time, which is awesome because, I'm seeing it. I remember it a certain way, and then I read it now. Is it as good? I'm comparing all the time, and he's seeing it with fresh eyes, which is really kind of cool.
Yeah, he's seen it with fresh. I mean, he's read 90s comics like us, but yeah, a lot of this Green Lantern stuff he's seen with fresh eyes. Okay, Emerald Twilight episode 34 will hit the podcast October 8th, so we'll probably record that 2 weeks beforehand. So probably the second half of September, we're going to be recording Emerald Twilight. So
cool.
So after the summer, yeah.
4 months.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to get to the Kyle stuff. Yeah. Because it's just so different, Yeah,
I mean, you have a different writer, and you have a great artist. Daryl Banks is awesome as an artist. And then Ron Martin is a good writer. So you've got a completely different tone, a completely different focus, completely different creative team.
That's the one. The cow stuff's what I really want to see if it holds up as much as I remember.
And isn't it a bit surprising that they didn't relaunch this as number 1 then?
I know that was very Modern Comics they would have, but yeah, I was very surprised that they didn't.
Kind of weird, but hey.
I mean, I guess they weren't in the at that point. They weren't throwing out number 1s every 2 seconds at that point, but yeah, that was kind of weird. I mean, it was not 151.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, unless they were trying to trick people and all you Hal Jordan fans would be like, "Oh, wait a minute, this ain't Hal Jordan."
Oops! Wait, what happened? I don't understand.
All right, now are we done?
I think we're done.
All right. Hey, once again, congratulations, Matt Kona.
Yep, congrats.
And rest of you, thank you for joining us. So we threw out the next couple months. So yes, you got plenty of time, kids. Send your thoughts, and I can't wait till we get another pro about getting to the Cal Rayner stuff. That stuff's finally on DC Universe Infinite. So Russell and Ray and everyone can start sending us feedback.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So yes, send your thoughts on all of those, kids. Email us capesandlunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember to follow Sector 2814, The Green Lantern Podcast, on Facebook, Twitter. You can find links to all of our shows. Like, hey, we're going to have another episode of the Quantum Zone coming this summer, kids. So, yes, you can find that on Facebook and Twitter, too. Yeah, so find links to all of our social media. Find links to this YouTube channel. Links to the Patreon. More stuff's going there. Little Hellfire and I just recorded our first uncensored Wade's World, which Ray enjoyed thoroughly because the language was way over the top. All right, links to that, links to merch, all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And please remember to support our sponsors, Tweaked Audio and Hunt a Killer. Use the code Southgate for both of those for a discount.
Yeah.
And also go pick up Pod Life, the book, now in digital and paperback. Audio version coming soon. Learn all about the journeys of podcasters. And get that on Amazon. When you get anything on Amazon, use the link for Southgate Media Group right down there in the show notes. Help us support this show, the network, and that man staring at the stars, Rob, Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain, so says Master Doom.
Oh.
You're weak sauce. Mark my words.
All right, and find Daddy to be Matt Kona at Matt Kona on Twitter. I think basically any social media. Yeah, Matt Kona. All right, Will, Master of the Core, Master of the Quantum Zone, Master of the Kickstarter Comics. Where can people find you?
You can find me at Walred. That's at WALLRED. That's at Gmail. That's at Twitter. That's at Facebook. You can find me all over the place there. You can also find Crossover Division at crossoverdivision.com. Here's a nice copy of it. And you can also find Diary of Night at diaryofnight.com, which is pretty cool too. And then, as Phil mentioned, the Quantum Zone at quantumzone.org. You can find all kinds of cool stuff about Quasar.
I'll put it in my
And
navel.
that's it.
I forget what we were recording the other day, but Lil's like, no, you got to hit the, hey, boys, look in the party.
Hey, boys, you look at the party. I love the party.
Okay, I keep forgetting, but I think I want to take the cover for Crossover Division and Diary of Night, maybe put it on the rotation back to the Green Lanterns. Yeah.
Well, nothing has approached the drop that we got during Star Blast.
I am
Tentacles.
God.
Oh, okay. Wait, you mean?
They aren't even attempting to enter our orifices.
That's the one. I hope it's going somewhere nice.
All right.
Those were some wild issues to read.
I know. I miss Matt Kona, and I know you love this one, so.
He gives me his bone.
That's just going to have to be a running gag throughout the entire Green Lantern. He gave me his bone.
I know, man. We'll be like, New 52 and stuff, and we'll still be.
He gives me his bone.
Oh my God! Hey, Will, that's somebody's father.
Slow down. We need this for drops.
See you later, bunkies.
Like we're in a thing. Right. See what happens when Matt Coda's on here to keep us in mind.
That's right.
It's talk. All right, so join us next week. Yeah, Orderly, Mosaic, Green Lantern.
Nice.
Sounds like a joke. They all walk through. Should have seen it coming. Matt Coda makes feedback. Like to send feedback. Trying to figure out what he's thinking. We're thinking about you, Maddie. We should tell him, you gotta watch this. Tell us what it's. But until then, watch out for those starlings.